what's it called? My name is Jonathan Anguiano. Jonathan Anguiano. Reporting for duty. Got a pen. It smells. The last time it must have gotten it wet. Whoops. Another journal right there. Okay. I have 3 journals. I've had like 6, but I lost them. Yeah. Usually with poetry, sadly. Nowadays, I have 3. They all carry bits of pieces. Okay. I'm not gonna read from them. I'm gonna let the video run for a bit and think. Get to casually thinking. Okay, so this is gonna be my 3rd official YouTube video. Tres. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd, sadly. My shit is yellow as hell. All right, so we're 1.5 minutes in. I'm gonna talk about what I spoke on last time. To be honest with you, I'm gonna speak about the same thing, just a little bit more casual instead of going all out for no reason. I'm just gonna talk about healing the body. Since then, I've had what I would like to describe as, because that's how it kind of ends up feeling like. But yeah, I'm gonna think about muscle fissures. That's how it kind of feels like, muscle fissures. However, I assume it's all in good health. You know, I've been, since then and now, I've healed a lot. It was like, what, a week ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago? Less than 2 weeks for sure. I posted a follow-up video. I was just dead silent. I must have said like 1 or 2 things. But most likely I was dead silent. And I was just looking at my posture. And I would just slowly see how I kind of fall. I wasn't paying attention to it per se, but I just took note and I wanted people to see that. Because I'm a firm believer that, you know, you tend to lean on, for example, I tend to lean on my right shoulder. And, you know, if you ever kind of found those days, the topic separates so much from here. I should kind of build it up a bit. But let's assume, man, it's because I have good imagination. I could kind of see what I'm trying to say. But hold on, because let's see. Wow, that's a spider right up there, right here. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, so let's say this is the wall. We're just gonna, it's right there. Rest in peace. The wall, what's it called? Yeah, so I have my hand on the wall. And you should kind of note that the muscles on your back flex in order to hold it up. So you're looking for the idea that, let me just lower this. You're looking for the idea, oh my, I am not professional. I know a lot on the topic, but I'm not professional. And I guess, you know, you're supposed to have a poker face to these kind of things. You know, present it slowly, tell the right people, shake the right hands. You know, I'm a firm believer. Yeah. I'm not a firm believer for no reason. Like, I'm legit seeing that there's maybe not a difference between a few days, but there's for sure a difference between the years. But that's not my main concern. My main concern is every day to try to find the best combination of muscle fissures, I suppose I should call them. Because it definitely has like a moving sensation. definitely has like a warming sensation. Sometimes it feels warm. Sometimes you get a cold spot like right here, but it's almost like in your shoulder rather than in your arm, you know. That's how like it flows inwards and stuff like that. Or let's assume there's a dead muscle on the other side. Let's say your tricep. Let's just bullshit the math here, okay? Let's assume your tricep and the right side or the left side of your right arm. You know, because if you lift it up, this, for example, I understand that my forearm doesn't incline my arm to go down. It's just the natural posture in which it sits. But if I were to upset the natural posture, maybe not upset, let me say I flex my arm, bang. It's probably going to be a lot of tension here in comparison to here. But nonetheless, the body still holds itself at any given point. It's always going to hold itself, you know, because, you know, it just does no matter what position you go. But no matter what position you go, it has to flex a little bit differently. Even though it's more dependent on my shoulder or my back and my shoulders, more dependent on that and like my core and stuff. Because if you ever throw a punch, there's some people who go, and like that's me, low key. I think I still have that. Like my posture's still pretty weak, and low key I don't exercise that much. Whatever, I'm just joking. But okay, so basically I'm just trying to run down through these topics and try to present certain things so to make it swim a lot easier, because it's a bunch of little physics and a fun, it's in a bunch of little shortcuts. You have a bunch of fucking basically shortcuts. There's a lot of, I don't want to say math, but obviously there's physics and there's math to it, except it'll take you, like it took me years to understand this. Not just years, I've spent, because I was 21 and like a half, because it was, my birthday is in May, and I found this in December, so a bit more than a half, and ever since that, but that's what I'm claiming. I guess I have no proof to show that I found it when I was 21, whatever, but still. It took me years to find all the little fucking jokes, because I remember by jokes, I remember by concept, I remember by like, oh, if I move my right arm, the rest of my body flex, you know, small little things you kind of pick up on either on the internet, either on your own body, or just conversation. Like, oh, have you ever had your eyes just go like this while you're talking to someone? It's just like you're hoping you ignore it, they ignore it. You know, it's like I kind of note these awkwardnesses, just these awkward moments, because a lot of them have to do with like, I don't know, being corresponding with the person. And obviously this is twitching. Everyone kind of is like, oh, your eyes twitching. You know, it's kind of like a ha-ha. I don't even know, to be honest. You know, maybe you ignore it. I ignore it sometimes. I can't lie. I don't even know. But I'm saying there's an important kind of mentality to knowing a bunch of why awkwardness even is. You know, I have accumulated this, eh? The way you sit, the way you project, the way you move, the way you project. If I do this, you know, I was trying to say this in the other video too, just to give a bit of context to like, I don't know, culture maybe, you know? And I'm trying to give a natural description of, I can't even lie. I have no idea, right? So let me just get to it, right? In the other video, I was standing, hold on. Let me do this all video. Leather seat. It's not real, it's fake, but still. So I was standing. Yeah. Wow. I was standing, right? My shirt was off and all that. Let me see. Because if you kind of look, I have semi-bad posture. And I still kind of do have it. You can't really see it. Okay. Key points to really understand. If you ever see a little like a line pop up from here, you probably just have bad posture. Or if you have good posture, oh my God. Have you ever seen athletes who have like their abs are like, this is supposed to be like one set of abs? Like, and they're like this. Holy shit. I'm assuming they do have bad posture, but since their muscles all, they're good pretty much, but naturally it could just kind of, they could just have messed up muscles, no judgment. Maybe that's just how they look. So I'm gonna say this, right? There's a few postures, because I already had healed a bit, and I was trying to explain this in the other video. I keep saying that, but listen. I was standing and kind of leaning to my right, and you're kind of trying to find the correct muscle to kind of snap you back, but it wouldn't just go automatically, because you kind of have to flex to a certain degree. You kind of have to flex the correct muscles here. Think of it like this. Just because you're leaning doesn't mean you're correct. Like, I could already feel it on the left side of my neck. Like, I'm assuming the right muscles are kind of finding and found its way to kind of correct itself. I was experiencing a little bit of like lower back pain. Last night, I did some maneuver when I was laying down. I lay down on my left, and for some reason I can't lay down. Like, I can't lay down. It feels like my head levitates. I kind of have to do this in order to have a posture that, like, I was trying to explain. It's kind of difficult. Hold on, let me take this shit off. Whatever. I was trying to lean. And for example, my posture kind of leans like this naturally. But even though it does, I can feel the left side of my neck. Like, almost like the top of my head. I could feel like this right here. I could feel the right side right here. So you feel like these fissures, right? Yeah, you're just trying to correct your body posture. And what you're trying to do is naturally have a strong core, but it's not about core. It's not just core dependency. Because if your legs don't like fall flat on the ground, you're kind of like picking them up, or they're sideways like this, or they're straight down, or they're pigeon-toed, or the other pigeon-toes. I don't know which one is correct, to be honest with you. I'm assuming the one that seems more inclined a little bit, or outlined a little bit, or straightforward a little bit. I feel like those are kind of the ones your feet going like this, probably terrible. Because have you ever, oh my fucking God, have you ever kind of straightened your arm and it hits right here? And you're like, bah! It's like, but it hits your joint instead of like cracking. Because I go like this. And sometimes it goes, bah! I know you can kind of hear it. It's not just the shirt hitting, but you could kind of, I don't know, find it. Whatever. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Another one is kind of when you're arm wrestling, and you kind of hit this joint and kind of pain. That's the one that, have you ever put your hand, like you're about to do a push-up or some shit, and it kind of goes, it feels a little off, like you hit it. Well, these things are important to know. Maybe they're not that important, because a lot of people don't really experience that, but a lot of people do, What I would naturally do, if I'm sitting down on my bed, let's just say I'm leaning on the back, have my leg up, let's say I just have it extended as fuck. A little bit difficult to look. Hold on. So you have your shit's just extended. Okay, your legs extended. You're sitting like this. You kind of want to place your back on it, however you like. Try to keep a forward head posture, even though it's terrible like this, fix it however you want. Just sit comfortably. And that's the key. It's funny because there's almost room, and this is very important. There's almost room for you to curve forward until you hit a point where you can't curve no more with your muscles. Or sometimes you curve to the right. Because have you ever felt like, one of the few times, I was explaining this in the other video too. I remember when I was in Mexico and when I was jumping off rocks off the river. It was on the side of the river because the river's right over here. But, you know, there's still water in the bottom. But you wouldn't, like, drown and shit. But there's big ass fucking rock and it goes boom, all the way the fuck over there. So you're just walking on it. So I jump on one. I go to extend my leg. I land. But my left side of my back does this. And it kind of go bang out. Oh, what the fuck? And I just chilled there for a bit and I just kept going. And then when I do it on my right side, I kind of do lean forward. But I try to lean forward this way. But since my body posture, my back is strongest when it's like this. Because that's when it's like, for example, let me just take off my shirt back. See? I don't know if you could see it. This side right here is a little bit up. This side, you know, it feels like there's a dent right here. And this side feels like the muscle's right here. This one feels like it's a little empty. I don't know, I can't really see it. I hope the description of it is good enough. You know? Whatever. But I had walked and I did this. So it went bunk. I went like, I kind of corrected it and went pink. I don't know, it just hurt, right? And it hurt right here because that's kind of where the pain took because I had to flex forward or some shit. And I'm assuming my shit was way too backwards. And I couldn't just correct myself all that fast. So it took a hit. And you do your left one. I forget which one kind of leans forward. I mean, my right side leans forward, but since it's always physics based, it's like you have to be in the moment to realize which one's about to hit down first. Okay, that's just something, because somebody has a story and they understand it. So maybe not everyone understands that point, but somebody will, low key. Hey, you ever had those points? Have you ever had those points where, let's assume you're just walking or you're sitting or you're laying down and you get a flush of this feeling that you're about to poo. So you kind of constrict in order to like catch it before you. So I feel like that's what people mean when they mean my shit's turtlenecking, you know? You know what I mean? I feel like that's very famous of an understanding. So as long as you understand that, you have to realize that that is a symptom of having bad posture. And the more you fix your posture, you'll realize it catches it almost right here. And you kind of won't tell that it's the same feeling because you feel it low-key down here type shit. You feel it right over here. Like, you squeeze, like you basically squeeze your glutes in order to flex the rest. But if your posture corrects, it'll almost feel like a little bit of here in general. So it's like you have a lot of muscles who are obviously supposed to do their job, doing their job, but that's when you get more advanced, weirdly enough, you know. Please, I'm a firm believer that, not a firm believer, it's just kind of like, I know, but, you know, I don't know. How do I know? I'm like, where's your source? Like, oh, dude, you'd be surprised. But, yeah, so you have your posture and you're looking towards, you have a bad posture and you're looking to heal it. You're looking to lay down. You're not looking to exercise, because I've come to realize that this little muscle right here is not the same. Well, you could do crunches. Oh, hell yeah. You know, what a good thing would probably be is to do crunches, a few of them, go lay down, or just lay down on the floor. It really don't matter, just lay down, or sit down, or just stand. But standing is a little bit difficult. It's kind of like, if you lay down, you can see your body posture do this. Like, let's assume that this is me laying down. Am I right here? And obviously it's like not the best. This one has it all the way down. This one's kind of levitating. And let's just assume it's that because I can't show you my feet. So what you're trying to do is have like a level posture where your arms go to the side. But since mine kind of goes forward and kind of goes down, it kind of has a certain strength going down. It's like my back is honestly always flexing. And to relieve that, you have to lay down. And laying down, for me, was the important piece of this solo research. Laying down has been indicative. Let me see, hold on. Wait up, wait. I'm gonna go get water, yeah. Let me see. So water, cold air. Get out of here. I could leave it open. The fan's going on the inside of the room. Oy. It really don't matter. So I haven't said anything other than laying down. Sitting down could be key. I say lay down because it's easier to feel the smoothness of muscles. Because if you're sitting, you're almost already flexing, you know, because you kind of sit like this. You can just drop your fucking, you know what I mean? So lay down all the way. So basically doing this, you're laying down. Your head feels like it's doing this on the pillow. You're trying to do this. It's kind of difficult, but you could kind of find, if you realize how your muscles work, you kind of push down on your legs. You kind of push down on your feet to lift your head, you know? And it is your back posture doing this. But it's so uncomfortable. You kind of have to lean it to the right. I'm assuming for you, it's kind of, if you lean on the right, it feels like it puts the pressure. If you do this, it kind of levitates. If you do this, it kind of feels like you're pushing it down. You know, don't overextend. It will not hurt. Most of it, I swear, 2 years full, 3 years, 2.5 of full little daily muscle fissure, other description that one day I will, you know, figure out. Because it's key, it's important. I say nothing, to be honest. Hold on. Damn. I'm somebody who doesn't even like cutting out videos, so this is terrible. I should have came up with descriptions. Listen. You lay down. Ah, my God. Okay, you lay down, you look for posture things, right? Okay, you could lay down face front too. You'll realize you'll kind of have to put pressure. You'll turn your head and it'll feel like you could put pressure downward because For me, my right arm does this, even if I'm laying down. Or I lift my leg as I sleep and I'm laying down. You kind of have to realize that when you do this, you kind of swing. You kind of swing your muscles instead of having it be like pristinely put. And what I mean by that is try to flex it upwards without moving it. Just kind of have the faint mentality that you're trying to do this. Just slowly, but don't crawl it up. Just, and you'll realize some muscles do fix themselves. I'm unsure if you're, if it'll be the same for you guys, but I'd assume you'll find it probably will be, except I wouldn't know how to deal, because if you look at the science of how, I don't even know where you're gonna look that up, to be honest with you. I mean, you'd be, you'd already have it, I'm assuming. I'm sure somebody else has it out there. But what you're looking at is, if this is correct posture, or at least decent enough, then your posture is doing this. The wrong muscles are flexing, but you're counteracting it by doing this. So if you let go, you kind of go back to this. But it doesn't make sense entirely because, it probably isn't to the effect of your arms are still falling. And this is probably just on your back. The muscles here don't flex or else they'd be flexing. But they're usually, but I think I just undid what I just said. But it's low-key going to be seen in the back and in the core. All of this, is gonna, obviously you're moving your arm, you're flexing. If you're moving with incorrect muscles, it's gonna be difficult. And the correct muscles that you're looking for kind of look like this. Well, if you kind of, yeah, okay. Okay, let me just start from scratch. Okay. Let me drink water. What are you looking for? You're looking to better your mental health, all right? You're looking for the connection of mental health and physiology, the movement. Not just that, everything, the body in general. You're looking to heal the body. And I know this is medical opinions of other people who say one thing and say the other. I'm gonna say my medical opinion. I understand I don't have no doctorates, but my medical opinion is physiology, mental health. Physiology, mental health, correlated. Okay? So you're looking to fix your body posture and heal your body posture and your muscles, more importantly. Or just, I don't even know. That's basically all it is. Okay. Oh, dude. My right foot was smelly. I failed. Because I was saying in the other video, I don't have it anymore. It either came back, I either had a cold streak of a few days, or as my feet sweat, like in my socks, in my sandals or some shit, or during the day, it accumulates, and it's still external type shit, and I haven't showered in like a month, to be honest with you. Hate on me. I was saying that. We're still on it. Listen. I'm sorry. Listen to this. Calm yourself. Okay. Listen. You're looking to fix the body to fix your mental health. You have erection dysfunction. You're trying to fix your body. If you have odor, you're trying to fix the body. If your muscles twitch a lot, you're trying to fix the body. Or that could be an external type of thing, whatever. If you're trying to relieve your muscle/joint pain and headaches, you're trying to heal the body. I know this because in all these areas, we have improved. We have improved. All right? I ain't gonna show it. I ain't gonna prove it. I'll prove my body posture if you can kind of tell why movement. Have you ever seen those videos where someone's like, how to suck in your stomach? And he's the one who goes, I can't. There we go. And then he goes like this, and he's like, oh, look, I don't have it anymore. You know, I don't know exactly what that is. The best I could do is show you that my back does curve in this way. And tomorrow it might just do this. All right? So it curves like this. Let me do forward. Like, it's kind of difficult because you kind of have to read it. It's kind of hard to see because it's not necessarily like, that's just understood for some reason. Listen, hold on. So you're laying down, right? Let's hit where people don't understand, because it's never gonna be a surefire way to do it. What I was saying is, I'm leaning back on my bed, on the wall. I'm leaning on the wall. I'm leaning back. My legs doing this. What I need to do with both legs doing this is kind of do this. Pull back a little bit, where it pull. Whatever. Listen. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do this. But when you do this, your leg gets comfortable, right? Because right now, I'm lifting it. But when I'm on the bed, it's too hot, that's way too high. When I'm on the bed, I kind of just sit it down. Sitting it down could be good, but you're also trying to have, think about this, right? You're core, your back, and all your body posture holds itself, right? It kind of correlates with laying down. If you lay down, and you find it difficult to raise one arm, I feel like all limbs take the same amount of force, or a lot of that kind of confident push and pull with your muscles. You will be able to lift your leg as easy as lifting your arm. Some people who lift their leg, they get a cracking sensation. You're probably just a little bit more delayed in your body posture healing fucking program I got you on. But you're trying to realize that you're trying to pick this foot up. Think about the small mentality of having it way down and having you be the one picking it up. Like, that's a subtle shift. That's not even, it's probably perceptible on me, but how do you know it's like I can't even put pressure on it, low key. Like, let's say I do this to get down, and that's why I fucking bink, and I don't know where the fuck it starts turning. Sorry, whoa. So listen. If you're in this position, try to carry this, but obviously you have a lot of pressure down on it. Obviously I'm not able to pick myself up, but I'm trying to. If you pull this leg, the funniest science is if you pull this leg, there's two things that you'll notice, yeah? You're trying to pull it, you'll be pulling it, okay? The rest of your body kind of pulls back in order to counteract it. And the other one is, if you try to pulling it could almost feel like you're pulling forward. Why? Well, because the muscles, if I pull this up, my body is inclined like this, right? If I pull it up, it's the same thing. It's like, it gave me, I had a while knowing this for like a long time. It's just kind of hard to utilize, because I can consciously be like, pull your leg up. Obviously, you'll just pull your leg up. But there's almost like the sensation where if you kind of really put a bit of effort into what you mean by pulling your leg up, you'll pull your body down. Or, I mean, it's a small transition. They're obviously their own, muscle groups and stuff. But I think it's pretty magical that it's such a sleight of hand to just pull yourself forward, or to, crunch, than to do this. And I feel like I'm still trying to figure out why the mentality, because I was trying to think, right? And I got a few of those spurts of the like the muscle fissures where you kind of feel this kind of go, you feel like a line just touch you. Feel like not a finger, it's not creepy or not or any like that. It's just like inside your muscles, and it kind of just goes, you know, it kind of feels like, and it's kind of like cold, I guess you could say. It feels like your muscles is touching upon the other ones, or some shit's going on, right? Because I was trying to do this, right? I was trying to put weight down on my leg, and I felt like my body posture was like, I'm trying to put weight on this side. And I kept doing this, and then I was like, oh, so drop it. So you're trying to lift your leg up, and if you lift your leg up, you pull down. So have you ever seen people walk on lines, and they're kind of like, I'm not good. I'm not saying I could, but there's a mentality of you, because when you lift your leg, you're also trying to keep the pressure right here. Because if you don't keep the pressure right here, the rest of the body will eat it up. You know, this side will just crunch, because you know you try to put pressure down. How do you even know how to explain it? Because it's kind of like if you do this, if you're like crab walking. Your leg is obviously flexing. So, and if you push up, you end up putting more pressure on this side because you're more correlated. My legs are like this. Leg is like this, leg is like this. You push up, this one ends up having more muscles. And I'm assuming it's the same thing when you're kind of standing. Well, obviously I'm standing pretty much. I'm just standing actually. No, not pretty much, I'm standing. I'm just standing. So you kind of have the mentality of pushing up, you do this, you pull down, you do this, but you're kind of trying to feel it here. So it's kind of, if you have bad posture and it cracks right here, when you kind of lift your leg, you'll realize that it's kind of difficult to maneuver your muscles, as if what I mean is to push down instead of pull up. That the mentality might be a little bit switched, because there's certain muscles, there's many. There's probably exercises you could do to relieve it, but if you're not feeling that kind of touch that I'm talking about, it is not the same as healing and just stretching it. Yes, if you do crunches, you kind of swing or whatever, you do a little jumping jacks, you move your arms freely or whatever, you get a little bit of soreness. You'll get cold too. You'll lay down and you'll kind of find where you kind of, if you feel the soreness here, kind of flex it, like this, and you'll feel it. It's like you'll feel certain lines run through your body as you're sore. Like almost the soreness itself is the lines of muscles. You're trying to just touch it faintly. Just touch it faintly. Like pretend to touch it. And then you'll start to feel those little fissures. On the back of your neck. Maybe on the front. Sometimes your face. So I pretty much explained it, but it's just kind of, you have to find that's definitely the science, but hold on. The science is incorporated, it's not the full-blown science of it. You know, the science of it is any and all, just all proving that it is the science, you know. So for sure, what I'm saying is, when you try to push down, you kind of pull right, you're trying to actually pull down with your leg. So you're trying to crunch and pull down, because naturally when you lean forward, you kind of lean forward, but your thighs kind of pull back. You're trying to find a way where your thighs are kind of being incorporated. I don't even know, to be honest, because that was experimental. I don't think I've done anything with crunching. But what I do know, actually I do, it's just I'm laying down. This is the back, this is the front. What I'm trying to do is slightly feel why the ends of my feet, this is my calf. How about this? This is my foot, this is my legs, my thigh, my legs, this is my abs, this is my back. So I have my back kind of like this, but it's kind of turned like this. I'm definitely curving like this, doing this. But if you kind of lean forward, you try to find your muscles. you're looking for like, if I do this, I feel like right here is a good, I feel like I caught basically a good one. Because last night I was doing this. I was laying down on my left and I was just doing this. But it feels awkward because you kind of have to move your hips almost. And it feels incorrect, but as long as it doesn't hurt, then I promote just trying it. Just your muscles do this. Eventually you go back and it'll start hurting. You're like, ah, fuck, I did you dirty. You know, that's why you're not supposed to do movements. I didn't do movements, not even slight movements. It was almost just slight and touch. Because sometimes I lean like this, and I just let my body kind of, my muscles kind of like fix myself, my posture. And I kind of feel like this one is a straighter posture than the one I had. I could feel the muscles right here. I could feel the top of my head right here, like the muscles right here. You know, you do this for a long enough time, you will find. I'm assuming people who try to stand straight are already getting it wrong. You're trying to find where your muscles kind of collapse. And if your muscles can even bring you up, because mine couldn't at first, I would just stay like this. And I'm like, okay, if you're stuck like this posture, you probably don't realize it, but you're probably pulling down, you're probably pulling up on here, which is basically, oh man, how to explain? Okay, there's many things, because I know I say pushing down your leg makes you feel like this, but that's almost like the mentality. It's kind of like this. But think about it. How many times have you kicked something and it feels like you can't kick? You're most likely going to be righty. And think about it. And if you sleep like this and you're crunching like this and you're doing this, listen, all you're doing is this. All you're forcing, all you've been flexing is this. You're like this, you know? So you're going to find the crunch for it. Maybe I can't find it, but like, maybe because maybe it's not that anymore. Maybe it's something else. For example, I'm going to go back to the idea. You're just trying to, you're just trying to sit down, place your posture. You're trying to find where both feet kind of lay down the flattest. I feel like if I lean to the right, I'm doing this. This would be straight. I feel like the only way I place weight on my left leg is like this. Why? I'm telling you, my back on this side is curved like this. So my abs are like forward, and I kind of lean back. And what I'm trying to do is trying to just crunch. And trying to find that crunchy probably doesn't work entirely because it's like small movements. If you crunch, you've already moved way too much. You've already moved probably way too much. You know, unless your body posture is just better and like, okay, then you could probably crunch. The rest of us are still paralyzed. I'm starting to put weight on my right leg, but only on like the right line. I'm trying to see where maybe, because I know for a fact if my back's like this, it pulls like this, it pushes like this. I'm about to fall over. You can try to lift your legs. Okay, you try to lift your legs, it'll pull you forward. If you don't necessarily lift your legs, you're almost just flexing a little bit higher, almost on the lower part of the body. Like if I do this, I feel like I can feel the left side of my back. What exactly am I doing? I'm kind of starting to push a little forward. I'm trying to use my buttocks and my lower hips to catch me, to almost flex my abs forward, so my abs flex, you know? Because if I flex, they do this. But there's also another way to flex your abs. Like if you're laying down on something, your abs are supposed to flex. Let's say you're laying down just using your phone like this. In theory, your abs are supposed to flex, but they're usually weak as hell. Your back is probably strong as hell on that position, or even weak too, to be honest. And when you're in that position, you try not, because when you're in that position, you're usually not straightforward. Usually like this, and you have no weight whatsoever on this. And you're not trying to push down, but you can. There's certain things you could find there, but you're almost trying to push up. You're almost trying to lean forward into it, so your muscles almost catch you on purpose. And if not, just let your muscles fall and just fall flat on your face. And realize, have you ever been slightly paralyzed when you slept? You can't use your muscles. That's exactly the position you're in. You get what I'm saying? You're just weak. You're trying to find somewhere in your back that could kind of activate. Many people will never be able to move from that position. And you'll slowly realize that you can't use your muscles properly because you could just push. And that defeats a lot of it. But if you use that as a mental experiment, you'll find exactly what I mean by it. You'll almost feel certain muscles that the only muscles that you can move are pretty much the next muscles that you're supposed to kind of move in a way where you're not moving them and you're just slightly touching them with the feeling of basically thought. You're basically trying to think of them. I know that kind of doesn't make sense. Like if you pause, I'm just saying, like you do this, whatever, you're doing this. You're trying to feel the muscles that were just aching for some reason, you know, just lifting your arms for a very little bit got me achy and shit, but it is what it is. So you're trying to find those muscles. I can almost feel right here. I don't know if it's because I touched it, but it feels like goosebumpy, like the hair just went, you know what I mean? I don't know. Is that a part of this? Sensitivity? I mean, it could be. Why not? I'm putting myself. I'm putting sugar break on. Wrong side, right side. Wrong side. Somebody said I had beautiful armpit hair in the last video. Man, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. It sounded like a kiss. I didn't mean to. I meant to be like, yeah. So I'm gonna sit more on the edge to see if I could find a certain position, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily sit how we want it to, but we could find it in a certain position if we look for it. Okay, I'm just pushing down now. I'm kind of pushing forward and down, but maybe that's the mentality of it, you know? Maybe pushing forward and pushing yourself back. I'm just flexing my legs a little bit, you know, feel them be a little bit tense. If I do this, what I am trying to do is lift my posture like this by holding still on my legs and almost trying to get the midsection instead. That is key. I feel like I've been saying that back and forth. But this one's different. There are many different keys to these things, you know? What I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to relax, lean back. However it sits. I stop pushing forward on my legs. I just let them sit. If I lift them, I kind of lift myself. You know, I think is the healthier portion. But if I lift them from here, it's a little awkward. Like, yeah, my legs, I don't know, they're heavy, you know, in comparison to the leniency of posture or some shit. But that could be good. Just slowly try to lift your legs, But if you do it slowly, like, you won't be able to, or you probably would. You're in this position, right? We're moving like this. It's a little easier than moving this way. Like I move this way. And it's kind of funny because my right side does curve. And my left side kind of doesn't. So what I'm looking for, and I'm trying to look to almost do this where the left side does do that. And I could do this a little bit more freely. Yeah. You probably can't tell because I'm not trying to do I'm trying to do more of my core. I feel like my body posture is flexing this way. This way. My left, you know. All I'm trying to do is find, because it's been tricky. Because I've been using my neck as my guide, but I probably am supposed to use more of my core. So you're trying to focus more on your core, but use your neck. You kind of find that doing this flexes this side, you know, and doing this flexes this side, and doing this flexes this side. You know, you'll find that. And you're also supposed to kind of flex this side and this side as you go down, and that's like the healthiest way you're supposed to do it. But since my shit cave in like this, you know, you kind of like you're trying to search for how you lost it. Okay, if you sit down, you sit down. You want to put the pressure almost where you feel most comfortable. You're just trying to put it. You're just trying to place it. And after a while, you're just trying to flex your abs so slightly that they kind of flex other portions of your body, because other parts of your body is trying to flex your abs. So by trying to flex your abs, you're trying to flex the other parts of your body, and that's high key. And a lot of what I'm trying to say between trying to lift your legs, but it gets to your midsection. And if you lift your legs all the way up, you know, I weigh a little or I weigh a lot, I don't necessarily know, but I tend to lift the rest of my body with it. And if I do slowly, I curve my head forward. You know, I don't know what the science of that is. I don't know if that's just considered my weakness or just like weakness that I have in my core, but that's very telling that I do this instead of do this. So I can utilize, it's kind of hard to tell you what I would do to fix it. I would just understand that leaning forward like this flexes my core, or it's my core that's flexing in order to keep my head like this. And then if you find a certain position, you will probably find one that where your back kind of flexes on you and you kind of just lift yourself up a bit by bit. But that's moving a lot. And with the description I was trying to say, where if you're already crunching your abs, you're doing it probably wrong. So let me continue with just trying to lift my legs slowly, like all the way up to the air if I can. Oh, I feel like I hit my back or some shit. Like I freaking feel pain right here on my back, Hold on, let me just try that again. So I'm trying to lift my legs up slowly, and kind of sometimes my legs kind of sit like this. When I lift them, they kind of want to go like right here, like, you know, they curve this way, and they kind of want to go like this. I'm assuming that type of curvature is very important. So I don't know if I wasn't doing that ahead of time. So now I think I have it. So let me try to lift myself. It depends how you do it, because you'll get different positions, just slightly. You'll know that you've struck, because I'm doing more like this. I can feel my lower back, and it's so slight of a pain. I kind of want to see if I could retrace why that is. Okay. You know, a lot of my understanding is that my right posture, since my right side of my back is curving like this, obviously this is exaggerated, it's probably like fucking like this, I don't even know, but it's just for some reason I don't think it's correct. There's been times where I was able to kind of feel, it's kind of hard to feel like the pseudoscience of it, where your back goes like this and the other one goes like this, because my abs, I'm saying like this because my back kind of curves this way. So if I were to flex myself, it'd go like this, and my back feels straighter on this side. That if I feel like the undulation, if I could touch them, I could just touch them, I could feel where I need to flex. I've been able to feel both sides kind of flex, like higher up, like in the front or whatever, and the lower back of it kind of go like this. I feel like I just hit, like I could breathe normally, but obviously since my muscles are a little bit messed up, I still find positions where I'm sleeping on my side, I'm curving my back. I'm doing this basically. I'm kind of like curving back, trying to flex my left side, and I'm trying to find the right side. Because if I push down, it feels like I find my right side and my left side. I'm just kind of flexing on it, and I go like just randomly. It's not. Some people might have a description for it. I honestly understand that it's nothing spiritual. You know, some people will be like, oh, when you breathe like that by accident. I've never heard anything on it, to be honest with you. But I know for a fact that I could feel like somebody's going to say some dumb shit about that. You know, so I already know, you know. If it's something and they've heard about it, they speak on it, you know. But I know that posture is when, you know how like people's air, you know how like asthma people, they breathe something and their throat restricts. I think it's like the opposite. It's like, you know, your posture is like this, and let's assume you hit like a lucky stroke, and you go, and you go back to, not even I don't know how to explain it, right? But enough of that. I feel like it's just so difficult to do. I'm pretty much done. I could give a few more. There's lots. But they all usually dedicate you sitting down and try to lift your body forward without lifting it. Try to drop, because if you do an arch where you're sleeping like this, there's clearly an opening under your body. Try to flex the bottom of it. But you have to realize flexing the bottom of it is causing this. That's what I was trying to say earlier with pushing down does not feel like pushing down. You have to flex this, and this drops it, but it doesn't drop it all the way. You know, you will have fucking probably thousands of tiny little strands of muscles that need to correct themselves before you're able to move without, because your body restricts you from almost having pain unless you do something forceful. So you have to kind of fight the feeling, because for me it feels like this. Like, if you can see, I'm trying to demonstrate that this side is touching the floor and this side's lifted. This would be my left side in this instance, and this would be the right side. So I'm doing this. I'm kind of curving like this. Bing. And a lot of the time, I feel my right one, I kind of just push down. It's kind of hard because I keep my head straight and I just push down like this. And you'll catch certain strands. It's kind of difficult to say because I know my body could not be as different as any other human beings. So I know what I'm saying is correlated to yours as well as mine, you know, because there's just no way. I'm not Wolverine, you know, like I'm not healing it. It is just fixing in place, and it's going slow. It's so annoying because you think you're, oh yeah, I'm a week off. I'm a month off. You'll think, oh no, I'm probably like a year off. You're probably 5 years off. Like, I probably still have years to go, but who knows? Like, if I don't pay attention and I don't fix it, it does not fix. And as soon as I almost force on my neck, if I put any force on my neck, I feel like I kind of find the strands. Like, I could feel as I move like this, I could feel like it's my lower abs. who take a bit of the punch, and they're kind of like not getting tired, but you could kind of sense them almost. Sometimes you can sense them a lot. Like they're so individualistically. I never feel this feeling. There's been a time where I felt my lung, where I felt my organs, and they're hot. Like as I felt them, they're hot. I thought they had no feeling, but I might be wrong. It might just been the outer layer, but it must have been something because they felt hot. Like I knew I wasn't dying. Like, oh no, like it's not like something was happening, but I know for a fact I felt them. Maybe how would you know how the feeling? Did it feel like this? You know how like there's like sacks and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if I felt that. It just felt hot, and it felt hot individually here. And I put emphasis, and I felt them. I was like, wow, probably like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. Maybe I'm bullshitting. Maybe it just was, but it was hot. It was normal than just body heat. Like, I would assume it'd be the insides, right? But how do you gauge temperature? Because it wasn't 100 and some shit, but it was warm. It was like warm. Maybe not. Because you don't feel warm. Even if it's hot outside, you feel warm, but not that type of, like, I don't even know how to explain. I think I haven't been outside enough to realize what the warmth is, but I know I remember that day. I felt very different than heat on skin. Maybe I did feel the muscles. Maybe I felt the coldness of my muscles and the warmth and the cold, and that's contrast. So it creates a lot more heat. So it's like a thing. Or like, have you ever been sick in your head? You feel hot, and if you touch it, it's hot. Like that. It felt like that. I swear to you, it felt like that. There's no ifs, ands, or but. I was kind of confused, but I felt so spiritually there because I was feeling them. The emphasis. No, whatever. Listen. I gave nothing. This time I'm not going to add all the philosophy. I'm going to leave it there on the other video. I do cuss a lot. Yeah. Hope YouTube doesn't take it down. But, yeah. I cussed a few times on this one. So let me think. Because, I might as well just keep playing and let somebody just scroll on a random one. Because they'll find it. The physics is the same here as it is here. I was saying in the other video, I believe if you understood how your hand would go about healing itself, it would do the opposite and heal other. Because sometimes, right, I'm laying down. And let's say my arm kind of just hangs like this. Because my right pinky's kind of fucked up. It kind of curves. Obviously, now I'm overdoing it, but sometimes it feels like this. It flexes this. So if I keep this here, this will eventually go ching and kind of force another muscle over here. Because it almost feels like what I was trying to explain the other week. That these muscles pull. The other week, yeah. These muscles pull. For example, I keep trying to explain to everybody. Just have it how it feels. Because that's where the muscle's at. Because if you do this, right, and this muscle's not alive, if you do this and the muscle's alive, you kind of want to keep that because it forces this side to flex as it is on this side flexing because they have to kind of counteract each other. So if you just could find how it looks and how it feels, it might just feel like this and whatever. I could already feel this muscle right here. So I don't know if I'm supposed to hold my muscle like this because there's a way to heal it, but maybe like I could feel one right here that just happened. I could feel them. I could feel like on the bottom of my right foot on the pad, almost like where this would be the big thumb. I guess this would be the big thumb. It feels like right here on this pad. Does it matter? I have felt feelings where my pinky or my eyes twitching and the bottom of my foot is twitching and they happen at the same time, where I'm not entirely certain, but I'm assuming they're on some certain strand. I'm not saying I understand it. I was trying to explain how on the feet. Oh, I didn't? Damn. Well, I was thinking it. On your feet, right? Chinese people or whoever, have like, oh, this means the gallbladder. Oh, this means your eyes. Oh, it means hypertension on your forehead. You know, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like that's basically on par with what I was trying to say. Am I trying to study it? I'm not trying to be a professional who gives, I'm just trying to say, this is how you fix your body. This is how you heal. Come on. This is how you fix your body. This is how you heal. And to go about it in that way, you know. Because, you know, everybody else could find that, figure it out. It'll swim around one day if it hasn't, which is pretty famous, you know. I do believe, and I don't, that massaging it fixes it. I'm a firm believer that there's a lot of different things that would fix one thing and one thing cannot. Well, I was saying one thing can fix the rest, but maybe not if it's too independent. Or maybe I was just trying to think wishfully, because I understood that this would start flexing like certain small muscles, which flexes certain small muscles. Because if I felt this flex, where was it? For example, I was like this. Hold on. Because I already feel this sore. It's either because I'm lifting it, like right here, right here, like right here, like right here. Because if it's because I'm lifting it, I guess I have to note that I don't know. But statistically, if it keeps happening, and it's because I keep doing this, and that this flinches something. So it'll start to, because think about this. You're squeezing your hand, you're flexing your this, you know. And I feel like if you move a lot, a lot gets sore, because it's not just this that you're flexing. So a lot of it tends to get sore. I'm not sure, because I've never done that, but I'm a firm believer that maybe that's obviously the science that I'm talking about, because you're using more energy. So I would teach you to lay down, but I feel like it's honestly, just forget my words and try this. Lift your arm, have them by your side, have everything just pointing downwards. If your feet point this way instead of upwards, let them. And then try to see in between the leg pull or something. Just feel it, because it's not going to fix as you put it up. Maybe it can, but from my experience, it feels better to not force it, because you could probably cause incorrect muscles from, you know, finding, you know, if you have like joint pain and I'm trying to tell you that there's relief for that, you're going to end up having to undo it anyways, which I don't know how that would look. Because if you look at strong people, right, and athletes, they have like fucked up, like their abs low-key are just like unaligned. And I've always wondered, like, why that? Sometimes not sometimes, but back when, mine were a little bit aligned, but it's not because I fixed my body postures because they're good now. It's just naturally. Maybe I saw it. Maybe I just saw it. And it wasn't that. Trying to think back, but whatever. It's what it is. Listen. You're trying to lay down. You almost got to realize your midsection, if you lift your legs, and it's going to be almost peak to where the eureka feels like. You'll be laying down, right? You'll be laying down. And let's say instead of doing a crunch, you lift your leg. Sometimes you're gonna feel right here. Hold on, I'm gonna lay down. I'll show bring y'all with me. Nari 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 ro nari nari re nari ro nari nari. My bad. Okay. Whoops. Big ass forehead. It is what it is. Okay. Insecurity. It is what it is. So I'm laying down. You know, So I'm looking at my arm, looking at my legs, the mess. Okay, so I'm doing this on my pillow. Oh, let me take that out. There you go. I feel like a lot more weight gets pushed when you're on your back like this. Listen, you're doing this. You're trying to do this, and I could feel that this opened up, and if not, kind of goes down again. You know, you see this. No, it's sure there's like a little opening, but I'm assuming they probably won't open it. Nah, this one's low key, a little more snug. Okay, so what I'm trying to do. Do this. What I'm trying to do is see why this. See how it doesn't open up as much because it doesn't do this, you know. So if I flex my core, oh, you can see my shadow. That's my foot. That's my leg. You can see it doesn't open up as much. I'm assuming the first time I did it, the muscles caught. The muscles got caught, and you know, I just kind of, I don't know if it's instinctually, and if I do this, it's my left leg. This is my leg. Look, as I lifted this one, I felt right here. It might have been still from my leg flexing, and if I let it go, yeah, I don't know. So you just pretend to move your leg, because I mean, I place my legs pretty firmly. I can't lie. My posture's gotten, I don't know, a little stronger or just more used to it. But I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me see. I was trying to, because I feel like this doesn't place any weight because I kind of go like this. Oh, that's because my muscles are huge. They're always flexing. Oh, oh, I look like this, oh boy. Let me see. So you're trying to do this. You're kind of trying to place your weights evenly. As I move my head, this right here. Why exactly? Physics, I'm assuming. It's kind of like, oh my God, no way, I'm assuming it's kind of like this no longer PG-13. When your penis is on the softer side, and you push muscles, and you push, you could kind of get it erect, but it'll go limp again. if you know what I'm saying. Rest in peace. Because I was just joking, you know? I was just joking. Nah, but listen, you're trying to flex. You're trying to find a position where you could almost kind of slowly cultivate your head. I can feel it right here if I slowly do this. So let me do this. And I'm pushing down more, and I could feel like it feels differently tensed. It feels like just naturally. This one feels, I don't know, I guess it feels the same. Whatever. So I'm pushing down on my head, I'm done pushing. I can feel it on this side. So you'll probably feel lots of them. You could probably feel more than 50, more than 100 a day. You're supposed to slowly just keep going, because that's all it is. I mean, you lost it throughout a lot of time. Damn, boy, if I lay down, my shit triples. Dude, I have fucking shitty beard growing mechanics. I mean, this shit looks awkward as hell. So, maybe I eat a lot of salt. I feel like that shit normal. Let me see. Because sitting down is still a difference. Hold on. I'm just insecure at this point. Fuck it. It is what it is. We got to work out then. Listen. That's pretty much all you're trying to do. Have your body posture correct. And that's pretty much all you do. to be honest. I'm trying to think. Because I lay down. Sometimes I do kind of sleep like this. Kind of like this. So do this again and try to lift your leg, try to drop. Try to see why you can't move back, but it feels like you could drop a little bit. But it feels like if you do overly, you're just supposed to kind of just touch the feelings. Your body's supposed to kind of feel. Oh, sometimes you can feel this. You're supposed to kind of try to swim your muscles around that, and you could find that eventually you'll clinch into it. Why? I'm assuming since our body postures are kind of tilted, there's almost this mentality that when you're sick, you kind of feel debilitated. That we almost have that same mentality, that same feeling, except the lack of the feeling, but you still have it on your muscles. That's conspiracy. I'm just saying. That's a conspiracy. I'm gonna go back in the room and turn off the light right here. Not that it matters, but reduce the heat, I guess. Alright. So we're upwards, eh? So I'm an hour, some plus in. Doesn't matter if it's this way, probably not. I mean, there's so much headroom. Well, it really don't matter. There we go. So, I was just explaining lifting your muscles. And sometimes you'll feel that lifting it to this degree is easy than this, and it is easier than this. Sometimes I believe that it's supposed to feel the same amount of weight throughout it all, because your body knows to incorporate more. Damn, that's a forehead. But I do have semi-thick fingers. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. Pew, pew, pew. Let me see. So, what you're trying to look for. Because right now, I feel like I'm doing some fucking flat head ass fucking, like, flat. I'm doing this, like, it probably doesn't look stupid, but I feel like you're supposed to kind of, unless your head is flat, because my head could be flat, but I feel like it's just the posture that I'm in. If I kind of drop it right here. If I kind of look for what muscles kind of catch me. If I do this. Because if I drop my knee, I put more weight on it. And a lot of it, when you're just laying down and you try to pick up your knee, by picking up your knee, I mean you try dropping instead, but you're not dropping. You're almost kind of trying to feel the sensation of it, and it's almost like the thought process of it. You'll feel that you do catch. For example, if I do this, you'll feel like this. If I drop down, you feel like this. You're trying to feel like this. Or unless, well, to be fair, you're trying to, I actually don't know. You're trying to unlock something. Because if it's like a puzzle piece, and you slowly do like puzzle pieces, and you kind of beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. It might just be like that, instead of trying to drop right here. Because this still has shit to unlock, and every other piece of your body has this shit. Because you'll feel some shit right here, and right here will just feel that too. So, you have to work with the entirety of your body. It's not just core, it's not just back. And your legs are pretty, massive, in comparison to things. I'm skinny, but I'm still saying, like, your legs are still huge in part of pulling down and strengthening your core. It's just not your core and just not your back. And, get to it. I feel like I strummed a few ideas. The physics, somebody could teach you how to work out, but I didn't work out, I promise. And you can't fix it without doing so. And a lot of that theory has to go with people who, I never felt pain. There's been a few times where I go, it doesn't, it feels like it locks almost, I'm assuming that's my bones. I'm assuming that's my muscles and joints. But sometimes it does lock. But that's kind of when I push too much. And low key, it's been built. A cold has been built. Coldness is probably your best friend in this equation. That's what I mean by like working out and you get cold and you feel like a soreness. If you go lay down, that cold, I'm not sure if it's cold, it flexes more, or if it's cold, the muscles around it have stolen its flex. Or if that coldness is because, for example, if I do this, I'm flexing. But if I work out and do something and it gets cold here, that's because these muscles and these muscles are combating one another. And if it gets cold, you naturally kind of like flex upward. And if you're laying down when it's cold, you kind of try to find its opposite. Try to find its opposite. Because if it's cold right here, I don't know exactly why cold right here would be different right here, but just try to push your body to feel like this, or push your body to feel like I'm exaggerating. Push your body to feel like this, or push your body to feel like this, or push your body to feel upward in this way, this way, this way. You're just trying to find which one of these seems to be more befitting. It's in a direction like this. It's in one of these directions. It's at different times. So I promise you, I might have just struck it diamond. Gold right there. Like, it sounds stupid, but you're trying to find where, because your body kind of does this. I feel like it kind of does this, trying to, it's like debilitated, but it's not, because we're used to it and like we kind of counteract it. But when you're walking, you kind of fall to the side and shit, and you're trying to pick yourself up. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I tried to lift my leg. You'd assume you do this because when you walk, you lift your leg. So you lift it and you keep leaning and you're like, whoa, you kind of catch yourself and you do like some crisscross thing. But the mentality of that is swinging your leg versus actually picking it up, which means like to curve it. And when you do this, it's kind of like the mentality of this. If you curve it now, you'll place weight. But if you lift it, well, I'm already, okay, it's crab. So I'm crabbing. If you do this. But if you lift it, you do this. So, especially with momentum, and especially if your body posture is all fucked up, you can't really tell, because it takes a bit until it kind of catches with some weight, because your shit's right here. Like, you're not gonna catch it. Like, it has to kind of form naturally. It's so hard because I keep explaining that, but I feel like that's me explaining that overly is ruining a lot. But I feel like it has a lot of mentalities to it too. So you're crabbing, you lift it, you're gonna fall. You lift it, you're gonna fall. You lift it, you're gonna fall. Even like, because you're crabbing, you lift it, you're gonna fall, right? But if you're walking with momentum and it's never been caught and you don't understand, you're lifting it, and you're doing this. You're pushing down on it, and it's pushing you away, and you're falling over. But you can't do anything if you walk funny. Fix your posture. Don't try fixing how you walk. Hey, if you try fixing how you walk and you do it correctly, you might catch the muscles. And you might catch the right amount of soreness, because the soreness of it is supposed to try to bring you back slowly. Let me try to draw something. Okay. So right now, July 25th, 2024. Different pen. I usually use different one, but whatever. Listen. Let's assume it's gonna be a stupid drawing. Okay, how does the leg look like? Oh my. Whatever, I'm just gonna do this. Chicken scratches. Okay, so you're looking, all right, some muscles head downward. Some muscles actually kind of go like diagonal with it in a way. Either one is underneath, one is on top, or they're just kind of like side by side. or there are muscles that do both or whatever. I naturally don't care. I don't know. I don't care to know. I'll find out if I find out. If I don't, you know, it is what it is. Like I can't. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know. Listen. So, what you're trying to do? One of these strands is coming off squiggly. Okay, so with this flex, we're assuming these are taking over. You see the top one? And let me just kind of insinuate there's just more. Let me do this. Oh, what this is fucking bad. The gravity on this earth ain't strong enough. Okay, so you're curving this. So you're curving this. Looks like an eyelash. Whoa, the ghost. Listen, so you're looking at this. This is being pulled. And you kind of naturally, I don't know which one it is. If you're trying to pull the ones underneath it to straighten it out. And there's like, and it just goes on one side or goes because it's weak. Or you're supposed to try to strengthen these. Either or. You're still trying to do the same thing. You're trying to do the same thing. I hope this is understandable at least, you know. But that's basically what I think it is. And that's not as simple as just seeing it as even muscles, because there's tiny little veins. Tiny little veins. And then muscles kind of follow upwards, and there's veins up here. And then maybe these veins are the ones that are fucked up. That's why I assume this shit could be Alzheimer's and probably even cancer because of the stress of the pulling of the muscles. And I know for a fact I didn't have cancer. I didn't have cancer at all. But I know there's a big fucking ball right here. And I understood that as I step, it would grow and it would fucking pain me actually. So it's like, okay, why would a muscle, like why, you know, I need to go walk to figure out if that shit even comes back, you know. But I see maybe it's worth discussing. Maybe it's worth dying for. Like, how am I supposed to know? You know, I think it's just one of those things, right, for society and people who, you know, I hate the conspiracy, but there's conspiracies. Whatever, it is what it is. So it's free of charge. I don't know if it cures cancer. I would assume if you have cancer, if you are on a time limit, I don't know, you know, because eventually before I even tell you what to do, I say, as you're doing one thing, do the other. Fix your body posture. As you're waiting, you do nothing, right? You lay down and shit. You get what I'm saying? Lots of us will benefit from this because I'm not lying about joint pain, joint relief. I'm not lying about the headaches. Well, I don't have chronic headaches, so I wouldn't know if they're cured. But I naturally do get headaches sometimes. Sometimes when I just think and I think something fucked up, I get a headache. Fuck. But I feel like the headache was coming and go fuck yourself. It's like a flinch reaction. So it's almost like it's like my body feels the for example, if I say, this is gonna sound stupid. Listen. You're trying to say you feel like someone hits you, boom, you go, oh, like, oh, fuck, you kind of feel like this. And when we talk, we kind of get that. You kind of get that kind of thing, you know? And I'm assuming it's because our core is shite, you know? Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't be trying desperately to go on people's lives, but I be trying a little bit to kind of get the word out there. You know, kind of looking if you're brown. Yeah. I'm just kind of trying to tell brown people because, you know, holistics and shit, you know how it is. You know how, you know, try to take yoga, you know. Hey, wasn't that Asian derived? Damn. You steal so much. Damn. So much money. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I assume naturally that you could move your muscles and it'll work. It's probably the exact same, just in a certain direction. And I'm assuming there's only some muscles you have to work out in order to strengthen them for the rest of your body. But I'm still trying to do it to the point where I feel like now I should go exercise. Because if you do it at first, because oh my God, I would try to do, like, I'm a dummy, right? So I thought if I have back pain, I have to work on my back. That is not the case. That's not the case. But it is the case because they work simultaneously. Think about it like this. Boom, you have 4 points. Oh. You have 4 points, right? You're very upper, you middle up, middle low, and you're low. You have your body posture looks like this. All right. At least in dots. Pew, pew, pew. So these 4 dots. You have these 4 dots, right? If you work out this one, think about this. This and this feel correlated. You know, as you pull down, maybe it's not. Like I'm a blind seer of this. I just know how to fix it. And I know you people in yoga have been bullshitting, okay? Because I feel like this would be like a 5-year thing or 2-year thing and you're done. All right? You could continue to strengthen. But have you ever seen yoga instructors? Have you ever seen, they have bad posture? You know what I mean? They themselves have bad posture. I've seen it. I know for a fact, I don't know everybody, and some people have good postures. So they kind of get away with the mentality of looking good and saying, yeah, just put this on your face and it'll get rid of your acne. Bruh, you know that shit ain't working. You already had clear skin. Who is we lying to and for what reason, right? She probably puts it on her skin and ta-da, get the fuck out of here. Like that shit's gonna affect you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. So personally, I know for a fucking fact, that it works. If it works, if it don't work, it don't work. Like I don't rely on product and it's free. I feel like yoga instructors are gonna try to swim that in there just nonchalantly. But I feel like there's a certain touch to feeling this muscle versus trying to flex the entire thing and trying to feel like this kind of, oh look, you kind of feel like it brings you up. Like it's stupid, but like it feels very slow. It feels like very inclinated, and it kind of swims in your body just ever so kind of like this. It kind of goes like this, kind of goes like this, kind of goes like this, kind of feels like this. Why? Because I was feeling my muscles feel kind of like this, and kind of like swim out in here, and then one of them. So I was like, whoa, that probably happens underneath and we don't feel it. But for some reason, I'm feeling it because the coldness and the warmthness kind of creates some place where you could finally feel. Because if it's warm, you could only feel it if you touch it. Or if you flex, you kind of don't feel it. You know, after a while, you become sore, you know, then you could feel it. But you're kind of looking for the mentality that, how do I say? You're basically just looking, okay, when you feel it on your face, it'll feel the same as you feel anywhere else. It feels like veins. It feels like little veins. It feels kind of like it goes from here, it kind of spreads out. Sometimes it's like just one, but it can't just be one. So it's kind of like probably thousands that kind of separate here. If we have thousands, I don't know. Maybe it's just hundreds. All right, well, I'm pretty much done explaining a lot of it. Take away this. You're leaning on your back. You're trying to pull yourself forward, but don't levitate. Be on your back and try to lift yourself and try to place yourself. Because in that mentality, you'll find where you flex on both. A lot of it is low-key finding it. I didn't do anything spectacularly crazy. All I did was I lift my leg, I sleep on my back, I do this. You know, I find myself doing this while I'm just in a kind of, I can find it without much help. You know, it feels like I can flex myself upwards. If not, it kind of feels like I do this. I kind of, oh, it was. I guess it kind of like if I just right here, kind of feels. Well, I guess I can't move if it's fixed, huh? Damn, I was trying to explain that because it'll feel like this shit curves, right? And one day it might just be like this. I might just do this, where it doesn't feel like you're fine because the bad muscles are already fixed, so you can't really go back to how it looked or how it even felt. So as we heal, we'll tend to lose what the feeling of it is. I mean, lots of people have descriptions. I feel like they'll be way better explanators, but I feel like this is supposed to not be necessarily, oh, a science and I get to claim it. It's more supposed to be, oh, it's in our nature to be able to do this. Because there's probably been people who've been paralyzed for years and come back. You know, I don't even know, right? But I'm a firm believer that this is not a science that, oh, I'm a claim. Oh, but this scientist explained it the best. I feel like it's just one of those things where I could tell you, I could even show you, and you'll just fix it. I could probably point it out just by how you move, how your feet are just kind of like off your shoe, you know what I mean? Off your shoe. Mostly in fat people, like you place in like, the shit kind of, the soles right here, and the legs like riding off. Listen, you can see it, but damn, it's not that easy. It's not easy to say, like, lay down, move your arm. Because the first time I felt it, I just tried doing this. And I forgot where I felt it. I think I felt it here for some reason. I did this. So I'm assuming my back kind of caught it and my arm kind of crunched or some shit. I pretended to feel it. I felt it. And I was like, holy shit, that sensation is blew my mind. That was the first proof of it that I had. Other than my eyes couldn't open. There's lots of things. And as of recently, I've been living in my dream for more than 10 minutes. Like, it's low-key not annoying, but you're so deranged. You go from one scene to the next, and I feel like it's the same place, except I'm being swam around by my own mind, and it's somebody misleading me to like, man, I came here with a girl I knew, like where she's at, you know what I mean? And you're here, and and there's like so many different things going on. Like, oh my God, I didn't come here with a girl, and I'm protecting this one girl. And this guy comes up and massages. I don't slap, but I move his arms out the way. I push her. Her body's right here. Like, I kind of leave her like this. I gotta do this, and I move her. And I'm like, hey, can I talk to you? And then and I moved over here again. And I'm like, oh my God, it wasn't even her. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? And then there's another scene where it is her, and then I carry her, and then how do you even know? She disappears, and I'm looking for her. But it's like you almost forget you're looking for her. So you're just stuck in a fucking scene that swims into... I mean, it's weird because it's happening for so long. The dream isn't ending. It's not a nightmare. And I could understand. It's not a nightmare. But it's one of those dreams where you're like, oh, dude, I'm here alone. And then I hear my mom and my family just mocking. Rah, rah, rah. So it's supposed to be a nightmare. But I don't necessarily get scared. Like, many times I've had, like, black figures. And I swear to God. No bullshit. No bullshit. I remember trying to run at it, and then you kind of feel this, whoa, and you don't get thrown, like, with powers. I start flying, and then I see a scene. It's like have you ever seen VR? Have you ever seen VR? It feels like VR because I could move, and it's me, you know, so it's supposed to be like realistic-ish. But have you ever no-clipped in a video game? It feels like the scene is leaving, and that's what happened. And I hit one layer, I hit 2 layers, but it's so far. So I no-clipped away, so I can't see the scene anymore. So the scene's right here, is my house, and I kind of see a screen, and then I float through another one, and then I sit down, and it's my friends. And I know them from high school. And I was like, well, I remember we went, oh my God. And I'm like, whoa, I remember this exact group. We went to the movie theaters. And it's so trippy that I swam back and it felt like that Get Out. Cause I was back on my seat, and it was her, and him. And I remember there were 4 friends, and one of them has a guy friend. One of them has a girlfriend. One of them has a boyfriend. And I don't know if her boyfriend got mad, but I swear, like we didn't go to like do anything, but I swear to it that it was the same group. I feel like it was the same exact order. I feel like one person was missing, but I feel like all 4 of us was there. And I tripped out because I was like, wow, is this where we first lost our consciousness or some shit? And it came back to us. I'm just joking, to be honest with you. But that's why I felt like the 4 of us, I was like, we went to a movie theater. And now I'm sat back at a movie theater in a dream where I try to do something else. What? Like, does that make sense? No, because it's a dream. Like, oh no, I thought something. Like, I don't know. Trip me out though, for sure. Because I've had more dreams like that. I just fly. And I can't run away. I'm just floating there. There's just dreams where I just go, oh, and I fly. But there's a feeling in your chest when you do it. Like I keep, oh. No, but you're pretty high in the air. 141. Damn, I'm pretty much done with my descriptions. I had a few dreams that last like so fucking long for some reason. Low key. Insanity. Maybe less than 10 minutes, but they felt pretty long. Like I was in there for a while, just walk back. And I feel like dreams are just internet based almost. Like we're spiritual fucking, I don't know. Just hand me my PhD. Deuces.